In this video, we'll go over how to start a team, how to add and remove people from a team, how to make somebody else the owner, and how to start a channel. Alright, here I am on my MS Teams dashboard. Sometimes when you first open up MS Teams, it starts you off on a different page, such as your chat feed. If you wanted to get to your Teams dashboard, you would just click on the Teams icon here in the left nav bar. You can click and drag these cards around to rearrange them and put your teams in the order that you would like. To get inside of a team to participate in it, you would just click on a card. So here I am in the ProDev sample team. And now I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I could do that either by clicking All Teams, that link in the upper left corner, or by clicking on the Teams icon again in the left nav bar. Often you will be invited to a team. For example, by your manager or a committee chairperson. You should receive an email notification letting you know that you have been added to such and such team. But let's say you wanted to create a team. It's actually pretty easy. You just click on the Join or Create Team button in the upper right-hand corner. And when the page loads, you're going to want this left button here for Create a Team. In the pop-up that appears, I usually select the staff choice. Then you'll get a pop-up box where you can type in the name of the team with an optional description. Be sure to name your team something descriptive that will help differentiate it from the other teams that you may either be invited to or create in the future. Now let's talk about the privacy drop-down menu. Usually you're going to want to keep it set at private so that only the team owner can invite people to join the team. Otherwise, if you set it to public, that means that anybody with an @elcamino.edu email address, including students, I believe, could join your team at any time and read all of the messages and documents that you've put into the team. So I'm going to go ahead and set it back to private. Then you'll click the Next button. It'll tell you that it's creating the team. Then you're going to add people. So I'm going to start by typing in the names of folks that I want to join my team. As I start typing their name, a list of similar names will appear. So it's just a matter of finding the person that you want to add and then clicking on their name in the drop-down menu. As soon as you click on their name, they get added in this kind of shaded oval in that same line that you were typing in originally. If I realized that I had selected the wrong person, I could click on this tiny X next to their name and it would remove them from the list. Once I'm done typing and selecting the names, I'll click on this bluish purple Add button. And then, once it's done thinking, I will click Close. It then brings me inside of that team. And in theory, the people I've just invited will get an email letting them know that they have been added to this team. Now, being the person who created the team gives you some privileges that regular members of the team won't have. So if this were a real team instead of a sample one, usually my supervisor Lisa would create it so that she would be the owner. But let's say that your manager had you make the team first. I'm going to show you a way later on in this video where you as the owner can make that manager an owner of the team. Okay, so if at any time I would like to see who is on my team, I head over to the left-hand side of the screen and click on the 3 dots next to the name of my team. I would then select that first choice for Manage Team, and the right-hand side of my screen will turn into this sort of team roster. Sometimes it shows everyone right away, and sometimes you need to click on where it says Members and Guests in order for it to show everyone who's there. I can add more members directly from this page by clicking the Add Member button. And I can also remove folks from the team on this page by coming down to this roster of members and clicking on the X all the way to the right of that person in this role column. And in the same row column, you're also going to see a tiny chevron that looks like the letter V. And when you click on it, you'll get a drop-down menu where you can change people's roles from being a regular member to an owner. So since Lisa is our supervisor, I'm going to change her role to an owner of this team. And now she's up in the list of team owners. I can also add members by clicking on these three dots and selecting Add Member. In this same menu, I can click on the Edit Team button, and a pop-up box will appear where I can change the team name if I'd like, and I can also choose an avatar for this team. I'm going to select the cute little pencils, and then I'll click Update. And I can see that the avatar has been added here on the left. Now let's talk about channels. MS Teams starts off every team with a general channel. So you have this one channel to begin with, and if you'd like, you can add some more, or you can just stick with this one channel the entire time. When we did our Cornerstone implementation project, we wound up keeping everything inside that one general channel, and it worked out great. So it's really up to you and the needs of your project. An example of using different channels to help organize conversations around different topics is right here inside our sample Fall PD Day team. Besides helping to keep the information organized, another benefit of dividing things into different channels is that this way people can have separate conversations that don't have to involve everyone on the team. For example, Alma and I aren't involved with the travel arrangements and the payment of the keynote speaker. By having that topic in a separate channel, Tuan and Lisa can discuss that, and then Alma and I don't have to spend the time to read all those messages that we're not involved in. Likewise, if Alma, Tuan, and I are discussing the roster uploads into Cornerstone, Lisa doesn't have to read through all the back and forth posts about the roster uploads. Let's go back to the team we just made, and I'll demonstrate how to add a channel. I'm going to click on these three dots again that are next to my team name, and I'm going to select Add Channel. I'm prompted to give my channel a name and an optional description if I'd like. I'm going to call this one Breakout Sessions. You can even set a channel to be private. That's where this drop-down menu comes in. Let's say I wanted this Breakout Sessions channel to only be accessible to certain people. I would click on this button here, this little chevron, and then I would select Private, accessible only to a specific group of people within the team. Then I'll click Next, and when it adds the channel, it's going to give me this pop-up box where it's going to ask me, who do I want to have access to it? So for this example, let's just say I want Tuan to see it, and only Tuan. So I'm going to type in his name and then click on it when it appears in the drop-down, and then click Add. Since he's the only one that I want to be able to see this channel, I'm just going to leave that there and click Done. And now I can see that the channel has been created and it has this little lock icon indicating that it is a private channel.